Okay, welcome back to day 2 of the Master Your Trading Mindset movement. For those of you just checking in now, every day throughout December, I'm going to be doing a video a day over 30 days to help each and every single one of you master your trading mindset. Now, all I ask is you share these videos with friends if you find them useful, share them in your trading communities, on your Instagram, on your social media, whatever. Let's get this out. Let's get people involved. I want to give you accountability. I want to give you the insights. I want to give you the tools to be able to help you master your trading mindset so you wrap up 2022 strong and you go into 2023 in the best possible headspace to achieve your goals and do amazing things with your trading. Now, yesterday we talked about overtrading 101. So if you haven't already watched that, go and start there and work through the content in order. It'll be very useful. But today we're going to be talking all about developing self-confidence and worth. Because I bet you have some goals, you have some dreams, you have some ideas of the individual you'd love to be. However, there's something stopping you there, and it's usually a comparison to another individual and a self-minimization. It's this lack of worth or this lack of confidence in going off and achieving your goals and going off and achieving your dreams. So I want to share some of the insights that I've picked up over the last 6.5 years in this particular lecture. I talk about this topic in depth in the 12-week program. So if you resonate with this, check out the free 7-day trial. But let's get into this particular lecture where we talk all about developing worth and self-confidence. I know you guys are going to love this, and it's going to help break through some ceilings, some mental ceilings, so you can go off and do amazing things in your trading and in your life in general. Now, the big problem here, and I alluded to it before, but the big problem is comparison. Comparison's the killer. And we have this tendency to be on social media and to go in our trading communities or to even walk the streets and see other individuals and think they have something that we don't, and think they've got their life figured out and think they're better looking or fitter or more empowered or more rich or better traders, whatever it is. We have this ability to go off and compare ourselves to other people and rank ourselves in some level of a social hierarchy, even though it may be completely skewed. Because usually what we do is we're fully aware of both sides of ourselves. We're aware of our benefits, we're aware of our drawbacks. For the most part, we're aware that we have two sides to us, most individuals. But what we do is we go off and compare our two-sided nature to a one-sided facade that an individual wears on the streets or puts out on social media or puts out on in their trading communities. And we're not comparing apples for apples. We're comparing a two-sided individual for a one-sided individual, and nothing lives up to the fantasy of one side, right? So we need to start breaking this comparison. We need to start breaking this idea that humans are one-sided, because it doesn't exist. And we need to start to realize that we're two-sided, but both sides are essential to help us go off and accomplish what we want to go off and accomplish. And that's really what my lectures are all about. But the big problem here is comparison. Whenever we compare ourselves to other people and assume they have something that we don't, in turn, we put them up on a pedestal and we self-minimize. We have a look at that individual and be like, oh, they have such good trading results. They're so wealthy, or they have everything figured out. They have a great understanding of their mindset. And what we do in our mind is we put them up on a pedestal, and while we're doing that, simultaneously we're putting ourselves in the pit. And we're self-minimizing compared to this individual. And this is where lack of worth, this is where lack of confidence comes from. It comes from thinking that individual has something we don't, putting them up on a pedestal, assuming they're one-sided, and self-minimizing. Okay? It's crucial to understand that. And it's so easy to do. And we can go in, we can do this to anybody, and we can go and assume that they have something we don't, compare ourselves, self-minimize in turn. The truth is, we compare our two-sided nature to a one-sided facade that people put out on social media. And all one-sided displays are half-truths. And the more and more, I teach a process in the 12-week program that helps you see the other side of events in your life and in your trading. And the more and more you do that process, you realize that a lot of the things we initially think are half-truths. They're incomplete awarenesses, they're incomplete pictures. And this is no different. The more you spend time with someone, you see both sides of them, you realize they're just a human being at the end of the day. Okay? Now, the moment you go in, and we're going to talk about this in a second, but you put this individual up on a pedestal because you're seeing parts of them that you admire and you think they have it, but you don't, and you put them up on a pedestal, you self-minimize, that's where the lack of confidence, that's where the lack of self-worth comes in. We need to go in and start owning those components. Now, a bit of a caveat here. I'm not saying it's bad to respect or admire other individuals, but it's important to recognize that whatever you see in them, you have within your own form. And it's important to respect an individual for the work they've done, but not put them on a pedestal and minimize your form in respect. So the process I'm going to show you next is a way to help you take this individual off a pedestal, put them level with you, respect them for the work they've put in and how they have, what form they have the success in, but also you knowing full well your form and you have success in that area too in your own unique form. And that's where you really start to respect individuals and you see them as equals, okay? So the solution here is owning the traits. And this is a process I teach in depth in the 12-week program, mainly because I've seen a lot of traders over the last 6.5 years look at other individuals, especially on social media, and think, wow, they're amazing. I couldn't ever be this individual. And the truth is, of course you can. You may not be able to do it in their form, but you can do it in your own unique form, in your own unique special way. But so many individuals are self-minimizing, they're lacking confidence, they're lacking worth, they're not actually going off and doing what they want to do, or what they're inspired to do because of this comparison, because it's debilitating. I know I experienced this in my own journey as well, and I went through and I did the exact process I'm going to allude to in this lecture and share in detail in my 12-week program. And I did it over and over and over and over again until I really started to see individuals that I once put up on a pedestal as equal to me. And I realized that whatever they have, I have as well in my own unique form. And whenever I, go through life and I have those same experiences, I bring this tool out and I use it to help me see that nothing's missing in me. I've got everything I admire in other people, but it's just in my own unique form. It's where I've put my energy, time, and efforts. So you want to find the action you're admiring in an individual. Now, I know a lot of people admire other individuals in the trading community, so let's do that as an example. You may see another individual in the trading community that you think has something you don't. They have an amazing track record or amazing results or an amazing ability to do certain things with the strategy, and you're just owning that in your own life. You want to identify the specific action they're doing. Now, if you continue to put this person on a pedestal, in your mind, you're not going to feel worthy of achieving what they want to achieve. So what's going to happen is you're going to self-minimize, you're going to be stuck in this debilitating cycle, and you're never going to break through these mental ceilings that you put on yourself. So it's important to go in and admire the things and own the things you admire in every individual you admire, because that frees up the playing field. And now you all of a sudden feel worthy of having and achieving the things that these individuals have already achieved in their form, because you have it in your own unique form as well. So by doing this exercise, you're going to break so many mental ceilings and financial ceilings of what you think is possible. I use this as an example in a previous video for a client who had their dad on a pedestal and was injecting their dad's beliefs about how they should make money or how much money they could make in a certain amount of time, and that was capping that individual. It was stopping that individual from going off and doing it in their own unique way and making way more in way less time, because they had this individual up on a pedestal, because they were injecting certain beliefs that this individual created out of wherever, right? And sometimes we take these beliefs on, we never question them, but we subordinate to them, and we don't give ourselves permission to do what we actually want to do and achieve great things because we're stuck at certain levels, because we haven't owned the traits. So you want to find the action they're doing. What is it they're doing or not doing that you're admiring? Find the specific action that they're demonstrating. Then you want to go and find specific moments in your life where you've demonstrated the same action in your unique form. You can start to own the same trait that they've displayed in your own form, in their form, and then you can go and own it in your own form. So for example, when we're working with this client, one of the things they really admired about their father, the action they admired, was the dad's ability to go off and work long and difficult hours to provide for the family. So we took that as a particular action, and then I asked my client, okay, great, let's go and find where and when you've done that same action in your own unique form. And he started to own that trait in his own life, and he could see it that he was providing for his daughter, etc., etc. And I then asked them, okay, so just as you admired your dad for doing those actions, who admired you for doing those actions, the same actions in your life? And he could start to see that he was transparent, and what he admired in his father, someone admired in him. And he started to own and reflect that exact trait that he saw in his dad, and he realized that his dad was just a reflection of him. Because you wouldn't see something in another individual if it didn't reflect a part of yourself. So going in and owning the traits, recollecting the parts in your life helps you have awareness about yourself and what you've accomplished, and that you are worthy of certain levels or certain things. So you want to find specific moments in your own life where you've demonstrated the same action. There's maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 specific moments until you can say with confidence that I own it 100%. I've done it to the same degree this individual has, and I've done it the same amount of times this individual has. Now, it may be in your unique form, but you've done it the same degree. And you can also see that people have admired you when you've done it, just as you've admired this individual you put up on a pedestal. So you're transparent in that fact. So I really want you, and I encourage you guys to do this whenever you have moments in your life where you see individuals that you think have things you don't, go and own the specific action or the trait they're demonstrating in your own life. There'll be a specific trait, action that they're doing, or something they're not doing, an inaction that you can go and own in your own life. And the moment you own that 100%, you realize that individual is just a reflection of you. You take them off the pedestal. You have a level of respect to that individual because you realize that what they've done, you've done also in your own unique form. And there's no need to subordinate to that individual, to their beliefs, to their standards, to their financial income. You break through so many mental ceilings and barriers, and you give yourself permission to do what you want to do. Really key. Okay? If you see it in others, you have it within yourself. You wouldn't be able to see something in another individual that you didn't demonstrate yourself. So the realization you want to come to is, you want to find this out by doing the exercise yourself. Don't take my word for it. But the realization you want to come to is, we come to realize we have whatever we see in others in our own unique form. And it's as simple as that. That individual is respectable. They've put a lot of energy, time, and effort into mastering their craft, but so have I. And I can see they have that in their form, but I have it in my own unique form. I'm going to respect that individual for the work they put in. I'm going to have, dialogue with that individual, but I'm worthy of having whatever they've accomplished in their own life as well. So you come to the realization that whatever you see in them, you have within yourself to the same degree. And where we have dedicated our time, energy, and efforts is where we have that specific action or trait. And we have it in our own unique form according to our value system, according to our priorities, according to our own inner wiring. So in summary, comparison is what leads to self-minimization and lack of confidence and lack of worth. And I talk about, I alluded to this principle here, go off and start doing it, start owning it, owning traits in your own life. And if you resonate with this, make sure you check out the 12-week program. I have a free 7-day trial in the description below. Click on that, sign up. It will be invaluable, the lessons you'll learn from that, to be able to master your trading mindset, put yourself in the best possible position to win throughout 2023, overcome the psychological challenges you're facing in the market, achieve funding goals. This is the synthesis and summary of my last 6.5 years being a trader myself, my studies in human behavior and psychology, consulting for prop firms, education companies, etc., etc. I've summarized all the teachings, the tools, the accountability to ensure that you get results with your mindset and trading, and you go off and accomplish what you want to do. So whenever you have lack of confidence, lack of worth, it's usually because we're comparing ourselves to other individuals. You want to go and own the traits you admire in the other people. Own the trait or the action that they're displaying or demonstrating in your own form, in your own life. Realize you have whatever you see in others in your own unique form. So I look forward to seeing you day 3 tomorrow for the Master Your Trading Mindset movement. Again, if you resonate with this, share it with your friends, share it in your trading communities, put it on your social media, tag the Master Your Trading Mindset page on Instagram. And if you resonate with this, check out the 12-week program. That is a mind blower and will help you master your trading mindset, give you all the tools, education, and accountability. But I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Cheers.